Hi, I'm recording this video for my summer communications class again. I'm Iwo Alahar. To do is to achieve. A question a lot of family members or people I would just talk to that were adults would constantly ask me, what do you do in school? Are you part of any sports, extracurricular activities? And most of the time, I would say no, but I do want to be a part of this or that. It's either football or robotics or theater. But I never did that in freshman year. People usually say they want to do something, but never actually do it. I used to be one of those people. We say, no, I'm not doing this right now, but in the future, and we don't do it. All freshman year, I didn't do a single extracurricular activities. I wasn't motivated in school. I wasn't motivated in anything. I would just get home, do my homework, then go to sleep, and just do that for the entire school year. I had friends, but none that I could relate to on what I wanted to do. Achieving is to go after something you've always wanted to do or something that you have even a little interest in. Stuff like that is, like I said before, a sport like football, baseball, basketball, or extracurriculars like a club, theater, something like that. Or even something outside of school like starting a band or just like running, something to do productively. In this speech, I'll be discussing how I used to say I was going to do a lot of stuff, but never did, and discussing how I did do that stuff. I have first-hand experience with saying I'm going to do a lot of stuff, just not to do it. But I also have first-hand experience with going after what I want after taking so long. Hearing how I went after what I wanted to do and not just talk about it after so long may help someone seeing this video go after what they want. Doing what you say you want to do is way better than just saying you want to do it. First, I'll be talking about how after saying I want to do theater for so long, I actually did it. In my first year of high school, freshman year, I I used to always say I want to do theater, and then even before high school, I was always interested in theater. I was always interested in musicals, the songs, just the entire theatrical perspective of all of that. And I've always wanted to do it. I've always wanted to audition for roles, even off stage. I just wanted to be part of that. Now I always thought that was awesome. But freshman year, for some reason, I didn't do it. I made excuses for myself, like I didn't have the time, or I had something else to do, even though I did nothing else. And then I had so much time after school. I was also just scared to do it. I was scared I was gonna be made fun of being a theater kid. I was afraid that the friends I did have would say that that was dumb. But now I'm looking back at it, I realize that doing what I want isn't dumb at all. Okay, to start off the speech, alright, I started off the speech. Okay, actual, like after auditioning and getting an actual role, I realized that theater is what I always thought it was. I realized that that's what I want to do for the rest of my 4 years. It made me have a passion for it outside of just admiring it. It made me have a passion for performing. I enjoyed every little part of it, from rehearsals to dress rehearsals to tech, and especially performing in front of audiences. Okay. Next point is me and my friends deciding to start a band. Doing something you want to do could not only benefit you, but could also benefit others. Growing up, I was always interested in music. Like I said, musicals. Especially bands, because I thought it was very cool how people could meet up and make something beautiful that sounds great too. A lot of inspirations for me were bands like the Beatles, Guns N' Roses, Metallica, bands like that. When I was a kid, my mom pushed me to learn a lot of instruments like the guitar. I always had some type of excuse to not learn an instrument. I said it hurt my fingers, like a guitar, or I said I just didn't want to learn it. A couple months ago, I decided to pick up my guitar and learn it. And I also got a keyboard, so I decided to learn that. I had friends that I made from theater who also played instruments. My friend Rome and my friend Rick. Together, we bonded over our shared love of music, and we decided to start a band together. Doing this didn't like benefit me, or it benefited me, but it didn't only benefit me. It benefited Rick and Rome because we did something that we've been wanting to do for so long. The last point I want to make is how doing what you want will only benefit you. Okay. Learning you're bad at something is better than not knowing at all. Since I was a freshman, I wanted to join football. I never liked the sport. I never liked any sport. I just wanted to join something, and football seemed like the obvious reason because it was a no-cut sport and a lot of other freshmen were joining it. For these reasons, I joined it summer school before my freshman year. I went to one practice and I decided I never wanted to go to another one again. I said it was too hot to be doing those drills. I said I wasn't strong enough. And I said maybe another time. But I never got to it during freshman year. After my first play, I was working out with my friends Jake and then Rome. We were working out and we were getting stronger. And then hanging out with the football coach too, we decided to join football and try something new. I was excited for this so I could finally see how football was outside of just one football practice. I went to a couple practices. I realized it wasn't for me. Not just because it was hard, just because I didn't have a passion for the sport and I didn't want to waste my time, waste the coach's time, because I knew I wasn't going to develop a love for the sport after a couple practices. Because I gave up doesn't mean I'm a quitter. It means I just didn't love the sport, and that I think that's fine. It made me realize that I have a real passion for theater, and that's the only thing I want to do currently for my next 4 years. In conclusion, doing what you want is only going to benefit you. You cannot harm yourself from this. You're going to learn what you like, what you don't like, what you're good at, what you're not good at. And this is great because you're going to know who you are as a person. When I was in theater, I found a passion for performing. I had great friends behind me too. I love theater. I love it today. I love it now. From performing to stage managing, it's just what I want to do. When I started a band, I realized I loved the band. I've always loved music. And then now being able to express myself in that form is great for me. When I joined football, I realized it wasn't for me. And it's nothing that's wrong with me. It's just not who I am. It's not what I want to do. Even having friends that love football, that helped me realize even further that it's not for me. I'm never going to be that guy. To restate my main point, like I just said, do what you want to do. It's not going to hurt. I think this is relevant to a lot of people today, especially people I go to school with, because a lot of people want to do stuff, but they never do it, and maybe they never will do it. But seeing this video, I hope they will. Seeing this video, I hope whoever sees this, I hope they realize that doing what they want will help them in any way. I hope they see this and then they're like, maybe I will try that sport, maybe I will try theater, I'll try robotics, whatever. Maybe I'm not that impactful, maybe I'm glazing myself too much, but I hope that is what they take away from this video. My favorite quote is from a philosopher, Rene Descartes. I think, therefore I am. Thank you.